people have said to me, and I'm sure you've heard this before, that your success is luck, or she must be lucky, even considering your circumstances.
Yeah.
Girls look at you like, well, that salon must have been this, or you know what I mean? Like, there's always someone saying it's luck.
Yeah.
What do you say to people who think that you're lucky?
That I'm not lucky whatsoever.
If anything, you're fucking unlucky.
I mean, yeah, literally very actually unlucky with a capital to start with. It was a bad whole time for me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not lucky. I think I've had it before, even like completely innocently with people that don't know me or clients where they've just been like, oh, like people have assumed.
Did your mum and dad help you get the salon?
Yeah, and I'm
or...
like, well, I don't know where my mum is. And do you know what I mean? Like, the thing is, like, I think everyone will just assume, like, by default that you must come from something when you do well. But for me, my answer to that would be that I'm not lucky, like, whatsoever. And just because you've had an unlucky start doesn't mean you're going to have an unlucky life. Like, you can build your own path and carve your own future. But I think that's a stigma that will always stick. And I'm always open to speaking about it. Like, I've never really spoken like this openly about it. And I was really looking forward to doing it because
I'm glad.
I think it's good.
I'm so glad you have.
Yeah, and I feel like it's good to talk about it because only those like really close to me like know everything that I went through. And I love my friends so much because they've had it before. They'll have conversations with people and then they'll be like, you literally don't have a clue what Bailey's been through. Like, it's crazy. And they're like, my friends are my biggest supporters. Like Liv's come with me like the whole way today because she's like so proud of me. Like, that means more to me than anything. Like, going back to what I'd said, like, I would give up everything I have in this life just to literally have my friends and have people think that I've got a good heart. And I think like that is why I'm glad that I'm here today, just to speak about that you've got to understand that sometimes, even though you look at someone on face value and think that it's all rosy, it's not always actually that way. And everyone's got their own story. And some people don't, you know, come from riches and homes and happiness. Like, they actually come from ruins, but you can
still
build
make
your own foundation out of it.
Your life.
Yeah.
You create your own luck, don't you?
Yeah, you do, 100%.
You really do. I love that. Are there any rituals or practices that are non-negotiable for you as a business owner?
I think one thing, again, over time I've learned is making time for yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong, my hours are still crazy now, but...
Because you love your business though, I get that.
And this is the thing for me, like, my business, I live and breathe.
You love it.
And that is a massive thing. If you are not 100% about something, don't do it. Like, you have to live and breathe it. I love what I do. Like, I wake up in the morning so grateful for my life, and that's how it should be. Like, I'm so grateful for the hours that I work and the clients that I've got because of the fact I'm so lucky for this life. But making time for yourself is a big thing. Making sure you've got time to go to the gym, like, you've got time to see your friends. Like, I have a Sunday and a Monday off, and some people only have a day off a week, but I make sure I have two. I want to see my friends. Like, I want to do things. Like, I just want to have time for myself. So that for me is a big non-negotiable, to make time for me. Yeah. Otherwise, you drive yourself crazy and you drive yourself into the ground.
And you burn out. And I think as well for you, like, you have had them days where you was working 7 days a week. You was working evenings, you was working weekends. Yeah. And sometimes, like, I'm going to say it, like, they're necessary when you want to build what you want to build so quickly. Yeah. But when you're so far into it, it becomes an option. Yeah. And you don't have to work like that forever. You can say, do you know what? I can stop working at 4 o'clock, 4:30. Some days, right, do you know, if it's sunny, I'm not working today. Yeah. I'll work when it's raining on Sunday because I've got that flexibility.
And this is one thing that I found. I remember I used to really punish myself. Say, for example, I had a gap in my day. One of my clients had to cancel. They couldn't make their appointment. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a failure. Who wants me? Bearing in mind, I'm literally doing like some 62-hour week. And I'm like, that's it. I'm on the streets. Like, you're going to find me begging outside Lidl. Like, I used to beat myself up like a crazy person. And I think it's because for me, I've got such a fear of like failure. And I'm so like driven by it because I physically cannot fail in my life. Like, for me, like, I've got no house to go live in with a parent. Like, I haven't got any fallback. If I fail, everything goes. Do you know what I mean? So a part of that does come with that. But like, yeah, I used to beat myself up crazy about it. And now I'm like, no, like, I'm going to go on a dog walk. Like, I might go to the gym. Like, starting at 10 o'clock is not going to end my life. And I think I got in a real bad like rut with doing that. So yeah, that's definitely a non-negotiable, making time for yourself.
I love that. If you could go back to 11-year-old you, what would you say to her? Don't make me cry.
To be honest, that everything will be okay. I was so scared. Like, I can't even comprehend that enough. Like, I literally had the fear of my whole life in front of me. Like, I had no idea where my life was going to go. Like, I look back to who I was as a person. I just think, oh my God, like I was petrified, and like everything's all right now. And that was like such a hard thing for me to go through. But yeah.
Oh, you honestly should be so proud of yourself. Do you want children yourself?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely one day. I think this is another thing, like when you work in this industry and you're so career driven, unfortunately, people constantly think you don't want kids. You do. Like I definitely want kids one day, not right now at all. But for me, like my career is my focus. And then one day I will have children. And I can't wait for that day because I want to give them like everything that I didn't have. And that's what I'm so excited for. And I'm so glad as well that my childhood never affected me to the point that it made me not want to have children. Like I really want to have children, and even despite everything that I've been through, it hasn't affected like how I view like how I'm going to raise my own children. Like I can't wait to give them everything that I never had. Like I really like looking forward to that day, whenever that day will be. But yeah, I just told my 11-year-old self that'd be okay, because I was so scared at one point that I wouldn't be, but here I am.
Here you are, baby. You are okay.